Hello everyone, we are here at the Pro-Ject headquarters in Austria. Next to me is Gunter Rathammer, Chief Operations Officer at Pro-Ject. Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Gunter, I would like to start with a couple of questions for you. So, for 25 years, Pro-Ject Audio has believed in the magic of vinyl and made consistent efforts to offer high quality yet affordable products. What is the motivation behind this effort that Pro-Ject is making?
The motivation is coming from our grown-up decades in the 70s and 80s, where we, and when I say we, it's for sure our founder Heinz Lichtenecker and my person were grown up with music. I was a DJ for more than 10 years. I was playing with turntables for many years, and it was always the hobby behind. And now, after let's say 25 years, because our project was founded in 1991, it's not only the vinyl story, it's because of the younger generation, we have to explain the stereo topic, so include this in the stereo topic also the vinyl. Yeah. So that motivation is to teach the younger generation, the upgrowing generation, what's about listening to music. It's not only the earphones, it's more than that, much more than that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Pro-Ject also takes a lot of pride in the in having the Made in Europe label on its products. What does Made in Europe concept and what does the Made in Europe label mean for Pro-Ject, and why is it important for it to be like this?
Look, we have started in the early 90s with a cooperation in a Czech factory who was making already since the 60s turntables. We have built up in the first years a very close partnership and friendship, and we are really 100% sure that this is the best place where to make in Europe turntables. And in this factory are more than 350 people employed, and we see this as our responsibility to secure their jobs. On top, we are not a big fan of long shipping ways from parts. We could see this during COVID, after COVID, with all the transports from Far East. So we have over the years also sourced all the parts around Litovel, where the factory is placed, and around our factories. So everything what we are producing, what we are selling is almost coming from the area around, especially on turntables. I have to say it's definitely not on accessoires, because on some accessoires like a record brush, to make this in Europe it would be far too expensive. But the main product, the main focus on the turntables is definitely has to be made in our factory, mainly also because they are able to do it. They're better than others, and it's a close partnership with responsibility to the employees.
Gunter, in Romania, for example, with the customers that we have, mostly in AVstore and the customers and clients we come in contact with, we are trying to educate everyone, especially the enthusiastic beginners, and to convince them that it's worth investing a little more in stereo sound. I was curious, what is Pro-Ject Audio strategy in this regard? How do you approach this, educating these new listeners?
Now, first of all, our assortment is quite big, so that your company and our distributors and all the dealers are able to offer products in any price category. We are living in the end from the upgrade. So when you mention beginners, I don't think that somebody will start with a Pro-Ject signature turntable. He will start either with a T1, E1 or debut. But we figured out over the last 30 years that after several years, the owners gave the turntable, the starting turntable to their kids, and buy themselves then a bigger one and make them the upgrade. So this is really a business, and a business model, and we figured out that's the secret behind to keep the customer at the brand also.
Also, this is mostly in regards to my previous question about the Made in Europe label. Today's mass market is flooded with products that try to do very many things and excel at almost nothing. Pro-Ject Audio has introduced a phrase that we really appreciate, which is sustainable hi-fi. Good product design is long-lasting. How do you see yourselves going against this wave of products that come out?
You have to explain the difference. You have to compare the parts, what we are using with the parts which are inside. I don't want to say that all the turntables coming from China or Far East are bad. But in general, there are big differences, especially on the cartridge side. And this is something which is also, in some cases, damaging the records. The customer should know that these really very cheap turntables sold below 100 euro using a cartridge which is less than a dollar value. And the customer don't know that this cartridge is damaging the records, which are costing nearly now 30, 40 euros. And that's one problem. And the other problem is, the material made in Europe, the MDF, with all the work behind, with the human work behind, for sure costs more. So the investment in a Pro-Ject turntable or a turntable made in Europe is also investment in the labor work of Europe. And we have to be clear, what we want. Do we want to support the work and the labor work in Far East, or do we want to have in European community or in Europe a production to invest in the people living in Europe?
The debut Evo 2 is without a doubt a best buy in Pro-Ject's entire lineup. What are its advantages compared to direct competitors in this category?
The debut in Evo 2 is already the fourth generation of the debut, and where we started 1997. And the success of the debut was not only the product itself, it was also the variation of the colors. So we invested then in the further versions, in the MK2, MK3 version, and then with the debut carbon, we invested a lot into the materials, especially in the Evo 2 now in the main platter material, and also in the cartridge. After some years, we have invested a lot in the cartridge development. So this is using the Bigot Pro cartridge, while in the past we have used orthophone. So the Evo 2, in comparison to others in this price category, I would say is really the maximum on investment of material in to use the best components in this price category, while others are using this for turntables over 2,000 euro. We are able to do this with turntables below 1,000 euro.
Audio enthusiasts are truly spoiled with having access to the full Evo tone arm lineup. It's 24 models or available individually. But what is their range of applicability? Do you see them as upgrades only for Pro-Ject turntables or for any other products?
Also for all other products. So we have over the years built up a so-called OEM business to supply other companies to use our tone arms on their turntables. Why we do this is also a part of marketing, and also to show that our tone arms are capable with all the other turntables. Yeah.
Pro-Ject Audio has greatly expanded its accessory lineup as well, from the basic anti-static brush to vacuum record cleaning machines like the VCS, for example. And in 2025, Flatten It was launched, the record flattener. Could you tell us maybe a little bit more about it?
Yeah, for record collectors, such a product is necessary because by maybe some misstoring, the records are not flat enough anymore. But this is, let's say, one of my favorite records, and I want to get it flat. So it's a must for collectors, and it's not for somebody who's starting with turntables. I would say if you have in your collection 100 records, you may not need in the first moment to flatten it, but if you have like enthusiasts, which we know several, they have some thousands of records. It's like with the washing machine. You can clean up the record, the single record, easily with special brushes. But if you have a really big collection, you need some tools, also to take care of the collection. And we have to say, this is an unexpected high amount of collectors around the world, and therefore such a product is a need for them. So it's an automatic. It was an automatic step from us to do to do this product because it was asked by the collectors and project fans.
It was a natural evolution.
Yes.
Another high-end release is the Classic reference. What does this model offer beyond the Classic, and whose DNA does it share?
The product is coming from the cooperation of the Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra turntable, the VPO limited edition 175 pieces turntable, which we made some years ago for the 175 years anniversary. We have sold this turntable also mainly to some musicians, but we have realized that some customers still see there a possibility and there is a demand. So we have, let's say, not downgraded, but we had made a light version of this VPO turntable in this Classic reference. So it's a step, or let's say 2 steps above the Classic turntable and a step down from the VPO turntable. It was again demanded by customers, demanded by dealers, and we are listening to them, and therefore we offer this turntable, and it's selling very good, I have to say.
Also in 2025, Pro-Ject Audio launched the moving magnet and moving coil cartridge lines under its own name, with original designs. And if you can, maybe we would like to hear a little bit more about them.
The Pro-Ject cartridges are coming now because we have worked for many years in a cooperation with Ortofon. And what is behind the marketing plan of a brand to be unique, special? It's definitely on the turntable, the cartridge to use. We have realized that our partner Ortofon was going in the last years their own ways. So you could see a lot of Ortofon cartridges on also cheap turntables. We want to differentiate a little bit and have started to invest 3 years ago in the development of our own cartridge line. Also because we have sold millions of debuts already, and once again back to the upgrade, the customers sooner or later coming back. And to be honest, to have your own business with your own cartridge is much better than to give the business to somebody else. It's not that we are not trusting Ortofon, and it's not that we are not believing that they make a good cartridge, but also we learned after 35 years in the business how to make a cartridge. I can say we have found good suppliers and partners and components, so it was a logical step that Pro-Ject has its own cartridge line. Does not mean that we are going from the turntable manufacturer to a cartridge manufacturer. But it's a logical, let's say, sidestep. Yeah.
Yes, of course. Pro-Ject chooses to build belt drive turntables, while many competitors also include the direct drive models in their portfolios. Why the decision to stick to belt drive?
We believe that this is the best way to run a turntable. All these direct drive and quasi DJ turntables, these are not really necessary to listen music. You don't need this. Yeah. So you don't need a direct drive to listen to a good jazz LP or a rock LP at home. It's mainly coming from the DJ part, yeah, and we let this field for the competition because this is not making any difference in the sound. Yeah, it's a convenience maybe that the turntable platter is starting the full speed immediately, while on some really high-end project turntables, the motor, when it starts to turn the platter, needs some time to get the right speed. But this is part of the celebration, of the experience and celebration, playing a record. Yeah, there is no need to have a touch screen and get the speed immediately in the next second. Is not needed. Does not mean that we never ever will come with a turntable with direct drive. That's not said. I think there will come anyway a question about the automatic turntable. So we have a certain philosophy to say, okay, our turntables are drive belt turntables, but it does not mean that we maybe sooner or later make a direct drive turntable also.
Okay. We really enjoy the kits in the cleaning set, maintenance set, and the upgrade set. Will there be any more products coming in this line?
Yes, customers demanding this. We see this if you go on online shops, that the people want to collect single item as accessoires. So it's a logical thing to provide packages for that. So a lot of our distributors were requesting this, and there are a lot of options open. So we have maintenance sets, different adjustment sets, and cleaning sets. So out of all these single accessoires, this is a big field of creating some sets. And again, the people like to have from one brand more products, and that's also very easy and convenient. And in some cases, we often also save here packaging material, etc. So make also the set is then often cheaper than to buy single items.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And we are definitely looking forward for the collaboration and the future products.
Thank you very much. And we are very happy to have you as partner.
Thank you. And we're looking forward for your visit to Romania as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.